Cannonier versus Brunson.
That's
Cannonier.
my boy.
Cannonier.
I love Cannonier. I don't know why. His conspiracy theories are crazy. He's all into crystals, all this shit. But
He's into crystals?
knocks people out. Oh, dude, he's like super into crystals.
What?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's wearing a necklace with a crystal on it in this photo.
He might be. Either that or a fang.
Hey, shout out Cannonier. His Instagram page is fucking awesome.
I'm going to have to start following him. But
Yeah.
hey, dude, this was another case of a fight where we knew exactly what both fighters wanted to do going in, and it was just a matter of who's going to be able to impose their will.
Yeah, and after that first round, I thought Brunson is going to take this. I was like, I was really rooting for Cannonier. Shout out Derek Brunson. He's on a great streak right now. He's done some amazing things late in his career. But after that first round, I was a little not disappointed, but I was a little bummed that it looked like it was going the way that it was going. I think I've always been kind of anti. This isn't fair to him, but Derek Brunson killed my heroes. So I've always had a grudge against him. Right? The way he beat Chris Lieben way back in the day really bummed me out. And then they gave him Lyoto Machida when Lyoto Machida was like very much done. And I think he finished him with those elbows on the ground. And I was like, fuck this dude. I'll never be a fan of him because he's killing my heroes. Yeah. And it's through no fault of his own, right? It's just stupid. But I've always kind of rooted for him to lose because of that, if I'm being honest.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, after that first round, he kept taking.
You got what you wanted. Are you happy?
This was almost like cathartic for me to see just the way the finish went, because it was so similar to the way he finished Lyoto that I was kind of like, that's my boy. Cannonier's my dog.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, you have Brunson, who in the first round went through, got a takedown. He threatened with some submissions, right? Now,
that's not giving him enough credit, man. He took him down multiple times. He dropped him once. And if there was 10 seconds left in that round, he would have won with a submission win.
For sure. He would have finished
that him. That was about as dominant. That should have been a 10-8 round. I don't know if they scored at one, but that was a 10-8 round.
I would have loved to see in the second round for Brunson to do the level change, fake the level change, and come back up with some strikes. Because if you would have
noticed, that's how he landed.
Cannonier's hands went to like a mid guard, and he was keeping them there because every time that he would feint, he would drop his hands right away.
Yeah.
Ready to get those underhooks, right? And he landed a couple shots like that. But I would love to see him do it so much more, because every single time that Brunson even flinched, like he was going to go with the level change, there's so much movement from Cannonier, man.
Big reaction.
Such a huge reaction.
But and that was the thing. Like that second round, Brunson was just chasing that takedown. That it was almost like Cannonier could do that, right? He wasn't mixing it up. He was only chasing the takedown. So every time he did level change, even if it was a feint, Brunson could or Cannonier could drop like that to embrace the takedown. It was a mixture of two things. They talked about it earlier in the night too. They didn't talk about it really in this fight, where what's more exhausting, chasing takedowns and repeatedly trying to get the takedown, or repeatedly defending the takedown? And I think it's not black and white, right? It depends on how far you get in on the shots. It depends on how much they have to defend the takedown, or if they're shrugging it off like Cannonier was. But in this situation, Brunson was chasing the takedown in the second round. And Cannonier could just bully him off and then land his shots, bully him off. And eventually, I mean, Brunson looked like a zombie out there in the second round. He was gassed.
Super gassed.
And Cannonier, he hits so goddamn hard. He hits so hard.
What a name, Cannonier.
I know, dude. It's so good.
Perfect for him.
That shot he landed, and then he follows it up with the backhand. That backhand snapped his head around.
Oh, yeah.
That was nasty. And then the follow-up shots to put him out.
Well, those elbows, once Brunson was down, were disgusting, man. And then the ref stops it, and he lands that last elbow. And when you see it slow motion, he drops that elbow right by his right eye.
Yeah.
You just see it open up and it start bleeding. And I'm like,
oh. Dude. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of Nick Diaz versus Paul Daly, where it's kind of like a scuffle where Nick lands clean on Paul, and then Paul kind of like goes like this a little bit and then like falls backwards. He lands in a scuffle. Brunson is just like fading, and he's like the top of his body is like it's like he's on a boat, right? He's got sea
Yep.
legs. And then Cannonier closed the distance and just tosses him down. He just grabbed him and just kept with the momentum that he was wobbly on already and just threw him down, lands the ground and pound, and then you see the towel come in, and I rejoiced.
And I rejoiced.
When's the last time you saw a towel get thrown?
It's been a while, and I saw the
towel get Nate thrown versus Thompson.
No, I feel like there's been another one after that. I just can't remember exactly where. But yeah. I respect the towel being thrown in. I mean, maybe it could have. I don't know. I don't know. It was at that point. It was done.
Well, as the refs stopped the fight, you see the towel drop into frame, and I think the towel got thrown in more as this is enough. Like, hey, you should have stopped this a few strikes ago. More than, hey, our guy's down, I'm gonna end this. It was more like, you know what I mean? It was more like, dude, do your fucking job and stop this fight.
Yeah.
But it could have got tossed in earlier for sure. But the fact
that was Mike Beltran, he would have picked that shit up and just wiped, Brunson off and be like, all right, keep on going. Sorry for the interruption, guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Man, he watched him die earlier. But yeah, that was Cannonier's got to get the title shot, right?
I mean, what else is next for Cannonier?
Because Izzy won. Obviously, if Rob won, they would have done the rematch right away. But Izzy won. Strickland was kind of hoping the Hermanson fight would get him a title shot, and they kind of passed at that. But Dana said that he was kind of waiting to see what happened with this fight also. I think what they might have done is if Brunson didn't win, or if Cannonier didn't win the way that he won, they might have done Strickland versus Cannonier, and the winner of that gets a title shot. Or if Brunson won with wrestling, they probably would have made him fight Strickland one more time, or get him one more win. But now you have to, right? Cannonier versus Izzy, that's the fight to make.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes sense right now. And even Izzy said, he's like, hey, I saw this guy Cannonier, put his opponent out. That'd be a good next fight.
Izzy has been rooting for Cannonier for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
And every time Cannonier gets close, he drops it, right? The Whitaker fight. It just happens, right? Every time he gets super close. But this is now Brunson on a very big win streak. People were talking about Brunson versus Izzy already for a rematch. And now you got a fresh opponent for Izzy instead of a rematch. And you just let it go. Just let it happen, right? So like these, there's been too much like gatekeeping on title shots lately, it seems like. Just let people go through. Even if they don't quite, as a champion clears out a division, I think the bar for getting a title shot starts to drop. It starts to get lower. It should at least. Because otherwise you get someone like Whitaker, who now has 2 losses to the champ, who beats every number one contender, and then there's no fresh opponents for the champion. So let it go.
Man. And for Cannonier, this would be huge because he's one of the ones that has gone on publicly saying, hey, I've been broke. Most of my pay goes straight to paying off a lot of debt and stuff like that. So I'm rooting for him, man. And hopefully we get the show going. And they both fought on the same day, which is awesome. So the time frame, yeah, everything lines up perfectly. And Izzy said, hey, I know that there's not a main event for June yet. Like, I'm down. And God, I love how active Izzy is. I love. This is how active a champion should be.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's easier when you're this dominant, too.
Yeah, that is true.
When you're not going through dogfights every title defense like Robbie Lawler, it's like
true. Hey everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.